Guys, so you become the most wanted when you leave the narcissist. Hope you are glowing, growing, and thriving. I genuinely do. And today's video is about how arguments with a narcissist just feel like a continuous tape on rewind. Like it's the same topic, it's the same problem that never really gets addressed, and you feel like the adult that's talking to a little kid. The reason that it feels like you guys are going in circles and you're arguing about the same thing and nothing ever gets resolved is because that's genuinely what's kind of happening. Reason being, because narcs are not like human. Like, I'm not trying to sound, look at these cute rings, by the way, just a moment of silence. Anyways, I'm not trying to sound like just a hater or like somebody that's just making stuff up. Genuinely, like the therapists, the people that have studied these people's behaviors, they always confirm that narcissists aren't quite human. Like, they have a kind of alien mindset. In fact, the only reason that they know how to mimic normal behavior is because, or the only reason they know how to portray normal behavior and seem normal sometimes is because they've studied normal people long enough. They looked at normal people, they've seen people cry, they really don't feel those emotions because they lack empathy, but they've seen other people do those things, and then they try to mirror it, or they say, I'm gonna act like you act. And so they're kind of alien in a sense that because they lack empathy, they pretend to have certain emotions that they don't actually have. And I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Once you've been with a narc for enough years, you have repeated instances that prove they don't have empathy, because a person with empathy wouldn't do that. Like, I'm talking about stone cold evil. But anyways, focusing on the point, when it comes to arguing with a narcissist, honey, honey, it is endless circles of continuous, repeated topics that you guys have gone over, and a normal human being, you and them, would have solved it by now. I mean, I'm talking about like the 5th round, same issue, no resolution. And you're coming up with things to solve it. This is the thing, the narc already knows you're right. The narc already knows. The narc just enjoys getting you riled up, raising your blood pressure, making you upset, making you think you're the problem. They like chaos. So the narc just wants to continue the same fight yet again. And sometimes they'll fight so prematurely that you realize they got into the relationship just to do this, just to show you the real them. So if it feels like you're going around in circles with a narcissist or with whoever you're in a relationship with, you're probably in a relationship with a narc, because I promise you, with a mature man that loves you, y'all will come to a resolution as 2 grown adults and fix the issue and resolve that issue. There's people in their 50s and 60s that are with a narcissist, whether they know it or not, but every time they argue, it feels like that, like, dang. It's like, I'm the only adult, and it's like, we cannot resolve this issue to save our lives, because it just keeps coming back up and you're never satisfied. So, arguments feel like a revolving door with a narcissist. It's not you, it's them. And it's y'all being together. You need to, that's the thing. Us empaths can't bear to leave the person. But I know for me, what made me finally leave my narc is when my health started getting bad enough and like my body was breaking down, fighting itself. Like, I could tell I was iron deficient, I was tired all the time, I was sick all the time, I had STIs, UTIs, bacterial vaginosis, yeast infections, all these things were happening. There was an attack on my body and I was fighting back with vitamins and stuff, but at the same time, I finally just woke up and realized, especially like one time when I got a medication for my UTI, and I told him, while I'm on this medication, I cannot have any sex. Even after I told him that, he attempted 2 days in to still have sex and did not respect the fact that I was on it. So that's when a light bulb went off and I realized like he's part of the problem. And the healing began once I got away immediately. And I'm so much more healed now. Like I was still kind of raw and angry just a couple of months ago, but I am so much more healed and calm right now than I was when I first broke away from that monster. And in the beginning, they're great, they're wonderful, but like towards the end, they do become a monster. It gets bad. And it's just a learning lesson. Sometimes the only way to get past the fire is to walk through it. And I feel like what I walked through made me better on the other side. I just hope that there's nothing that I got along the way that is detrimental, you know? Like, as long as you don't catch any STDs, as long as you don't die or lose a limb, this type of stuff feels heavy, but it's really just a learning lesson of just what kind of terrible people exist out in this world and what is out there. And the fact that a spiritual attack is real. There's people who just see it like this. If I can't be you and I can't become you, I'm gonna ruin your experience of being you and try to break you down every chance that I get. I'm gonna lift you up a little bit so that you can give me energy. These are parasites. The narcissist, as time goes on, you realize how much they need you because y'all break up but they keep coming back. So I'm not gonna lie, dealing with a narcissist has made me wary of relationships, and I plan on being single till probably 2028, 2029. But I do feel like if I keep running towards God, I'll find someone else who's running towards God and we can team up together running towards God. But I want my next relationship, whatever that is, the person that I have kids with, I want that relationship to have God all intertwined in it, and Jesus and all of that, and spirituality and just something deeper, all intertwined. Because if it doesn't have that, it's just bound to fail, in my opinion. And I don't mean in a fake way, not for show, but just genuinely for us to get closer to the Creator. And like, as if we're doing those things on our own, because that's what I'm doing on my own, and he's doing that on his own, and we just come together, you know, as two beings that we're already getting deeper in the Word. But guys, see you in the next one. Keep glowing, growing, and thriving.